Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new Thursday edition of Flesh Wound Horror. We're on a different day this week because Todd's been on some wrestling duty. So yeah, hopefully you're still joining us. Thursday, still a cool day.
I know we didn't pull out, so we're a day late.
Which means no. I want to pay for bring it to semi-term, and then we'll chop his head off. That's
so
how we do it here.
I'm Daniel.
First-time listeners.
I'm Daniel Shine. That's producer Todd Loya. Then we have the one and only Pugs Dread and Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
So we're here tonight. We got several all new reviews for you guys tonight. We're very excited. And yeah, we'll get right into it. Why not? So our first film that we're going to tackle is just hit or is actually coming out Tuesday on Blu-ray from Arrow Video. And that is The Stylist from director Jill Gavarzian. And this film, a lonely hairstylist becomes obsessed with the lives of her clients and descends into murderous madness. All right, so The Stylist, I guess we can call it Lady Maniac to a degree.
I might argue that. But
I didn't say it was as good. I just said it's Lady Maniac.
I
definitely
won't say that.
Well, a definite.
Get your dukes up, Todd. I think we're gonna.
I'm not comparing it, guys.
But you kind of are. So.
Todd wants to fight. It's like I just insulted a relative or something. Well, no, unfortunately, it doesn't compare to that. But
then why'd you say it?
Similar premise.
Okay.
Lady Maniac. She's
no, it's similar. I get it.
Similar. But no, she's no Joe Spinell. She's no Elijah Wood either. But I will say Najara Townsend as Claire. I thought she did a really good job. I really enjoyed her performance. Kind of, again, not quite on the level, but, similar to an Angela Bettis in May. She had some really good moments. I don't know if this film itself it doesn't rise to that level, at least for me. Brea Grant, who's quickly becoming one of the most dependable actresses in our genre.
Plays, how dare you put some respect on her name.
Plays Olivia, the bride. And yeah, so I enjoyed this. The film, it's a gorgeous looking film. It's always got this kind of neon glow to it. And I do think she gave a really good, lonely, psycho chick performance. It's pretty predictable, runs a little too long. I know this was based on a short film, which, again, I don't know why an hour and 45 minutes to tell this story. I don't think they really needed to. But yet, I had a good time. Pretty brutal at times. Not, like, again, Maniac level, but, scalping. Pretty rough. Kruger, how about you? Did it hit all the right gore notes for you?
Well, first off, I'll talk about the cinematography. Like you already brought up, it's a really gorgeous looking film. There was a lot of like creative shots that I wasn't really expecting with a psychological slasher. I was really impressed with it on that stance. Claire, like you already said, I loved her character. The obsession with the hair and how like even looking at somebody's hair almost puts her in a trance at times. Thought that was really cool. And ultimately her obsession leading to her running around scalping bitches to wear their hair. That's fucking awesome. And she even has her own weapon of choice, which is like a sharpened version of styling scissors, and thought that was really cool too. And like just Claire's as a character, like she has these socially awkward tendencies and other symptoms of mental illness that really made me sympathetic for her character. And you've already brought up Maniac, and like I kind of saw a little bit of similarity to like Frank Zito and Maniac. So I do definitely, and I do think there's a lot of Maniac similarities in here. A few off the top of my head, like Claire's little lair, like her little basement lair that she, wears the people's hair at, really reminds me of Frank Zito's apartment with all his mannequins and stuff. And that had to be intentional, I think. Also, the story itself was very much a character study, like Maniac too, and for that, I really loved the story. And I thought the ending was fucking awesome. It was very much a oh shit moment, and when that happened, like the final shot we end on was great. The only criticism for me was I thought there could have been a little bit more variety in the kills, and there should have maybe been one or two more kills. I would have liked to see, a higher body count. That being said, though, the kills that we did get, I liked a lot, especially one scene that I have to talk about in spoilers in the coffee shop. I was really, really impressed with that scene a lot. So overall, really impressed with this. I had originally saw the short film this movie was adapted from. It was called like Watch If You Dare, and it was a while back. And when I saw the short, I was like, I really would like to see a full-length slasher film with that. And getting it now, I was happy with what we got. I don't think it's perfect, but I absolutely want to see more from this director. And also, I would really like to see a sequel if it was possible. So,
all right. First off, I'm going to say I'm shocked Dan didn't hate it because it's a gender swap movie and he gets so angry at those.
She's not Frank Zito.
You know what? This borderline. This is not homage. This is damn near ripoff. I think I'm going to be the one
killing hookers. She's not killing hookers.
Okay, Dan. One little thing, but yeah, I think Kruger fucked me. Sharing that poster set my standards so high, and then when I got, I was kind of like, yeah, this is all right. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was middle of the road for me. Performances were good. The ending, I did really like the ending, but overall, yeah, cut out 25 minutes. I probably like the short better, actually, because it felt like it overstayed its welcome to me. So
basically, bitch ain't no Spinell would be what you would put on the box if Tom.
Yeah. I'd rather watch LA Maniac again, which if no one's seen, check it out. It's not good, but check it out. That feels like a commentary.
I'm surprised here because I'm usually the one that complains about the runtime. I was fine.
No,
I could have hung around another half hour with this fucking bitch. I loved her. I loved everything about this damn movie. Najara, fucking awesome. She was awesome and Contracted too. So I liked her from the get go.
Contract is the shit.
Yeah. You guys are fucking crazy. It is.
I like
Maniac.
It.
And the ending, it's kind of predictable, but I was anticipating instead of trying to figure out what's going on. If this is gonna happen, when is it gonna happen? There it is. Fucking awesome.
Were you laughing?
I wish I was
ending?
there. No, I wanted to be there, man. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And Najara, fucking amazing. I felt so bad for her at times, and I want you to be okay. You need a hug. You need a friend. And there's a moment where Bria Grant tells her, I don't think you know that that's not okay. I'm like, she gets it. If you hang out with her, you can help her. But, shit goes weird. I don't think it overstayed its welcome. I love this world. I would love a sequel if we get one. I'm fucking there opening night. This was perfect for me. Brutal, bloody. I love the story. Everyone's great. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I loved it. I loved it too. Little too long. And I mean, I think the acting was about as good as it gets.
Todd, I think your misogyny is getting in the way. This.
And then he's trying to throw it on me. God.
Well, no. That's normally a Dan thing. If it's gender swap,
but
or race swapped, you're gonna be mad.
I don't care about that.
You liar. But it was close to your heart, Todd, because Maniac and mine too. But I you know what? I welcome it. I think if they all got together and had a fucking tea party and did some hair.
This with a double feature of The Stylist with Elijah Wood's Maniac. That's a fucking solid.
That would make me
madder. No, dude, you have The Stylist to warm you up. You have The Stylist to warm you up, and then fucking you main event with I'm not saying it's as good as Elijah Wood's Maniac, but I don't know. I thought it was a nice homage, and I had in my head an idea about Girl Maniac, and I thought it was going to maybe rip it off even a little bit more than it did, and it didn't. It's its own thing, but you obviously see where a lot of the inspiration came from.
Absolutely. Did you guys laugh at the vibrator portion.
Dirty bitch.
I mean, there's not a lot of like humor, but it had a couple spots that made me crack.
I don't know if we were supposed to be laughing at that, but yes,
I fucking laughed.
we are the crowd for that type of fucking reaction.
Back to what Kruger said, my problem with doing that double was I'd be clock watching waiting for Maniac.
Fair enough.
But you know what? I will give this another shot. Maybe I was just not in the mood for it. Maybe the Maniac poster that Kruger shared got me all excited.
Yeah.
But we'll just say this is not my favorite of the night.
Fair enough. All right. Well, why don't we rate this bitch then?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So for me, go ahead, Dan.
I am a 3.5. So I really like this. It just didn't quite get to that upper echelon for me.
I don't know about really liked it. That sounds like you liked it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's well above average. I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it's one above average is what you gave me.
Kruger?
Me, I'm a 4 out of 5, and I think there's room to grow, honestly. I'm really I'm really excited to see also what else this director has, because the style, and she also wrote the story too. I'm very interested on see what's next for her.
She's also a real hairdresser. She did it for 10 years before she did this.
Nice. Well, what about you, Pugs? What do you rate The Stylist?
Honestly, this is probably my favorite horror movie I've seen this year. This is a 5.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. I was really taken back. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I was in the perfect mood. Everything just hit right. So, 5.
You know what? I probably need. I was so rushed with everything last week. If Pugs gives it a 5, I feel, and Kruger gave it a 4. I feel like I do need to revisit it in a better non-time restrained mood. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I could be using my time better.
Next 40 night, check it out. I'm telling you.
You know what? Maybe I'll do a triple with both Maniacs. We still need to talk about it. Yeah. No, it's still left to open.
All right.
But all right. Did I rate it? Did I?
No, you did not.
I'm as of right now, I'm a 2.5. To me, it was average.
Okay.
Room to grow. I'll give it another shot in the future.
So all over the board. Yeah. Usually we're on somewhat of the same page, but
or at least a couple of us.
Well, this was like, you got to go check it out for yourself. See what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, and it's streaming on Arrow Video's their streaming service, and like Dan said, I know some places already got the Blu-ray in early, but you're going to be able to get it on all the stores this Tuesday coming up.
That's why I go back and forth, because I'm a 2.5, but I'm like, what if I like it later? I want to get the slipcover and the booklet.
Yeah.
But I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to probably pre-order from Diabolic or something.
Yeah, it was good enough for me to pick up. I've got it coming Tuesday, so
nice.
All right.
Well, it's coming from Amazon. Don't give them that much credit. Come on.
Yeah, well, at least it's not a set. I know a lot of people are still waiting on Django.
Get your shit together, Bezos.
I got that shit today, and it was in like a bubble mail, and it's got a fucking dented corner. They're gonna get that shit back.
They did that to me with that weird Wisconsin.
Me too, but that one was perfect. So
it was fine. But I'm looking and I'm thinking, like, look at this. It's like playing pinball with the damn thing. What?
No,
I don't know.
With Jodie Foster?
Well, not that. I think it's more intact than Jodie, but all right. So on that note, moving on to our next film, which is Netflix original from director Alexander Aja, and that is Oxygen.
Aja we trust.
Well, we'll see. So this one, a woman wakes in a cryogenic chamber with no recollection of how she got there. As she's running out of oxygen, she must rebuild her memory and to find a way out of her nightmare. All right. So, Pugs, what did you think of Oxygen? I know you're a big Aja guy. I think we all are, of course. But what did you think? Where does it rank for you?
Aja is the man. He doesn't land the mark every time, but he swings big, and he did this one. I really can't say he swung big because it's like a one cast fucking story. But I was entertained the entire time. I was enthralled. I was engaged. I think the the language being in French and me having to read subtitles made it even more engaging. So I highly recommend you watch it that way. Although I did see part of it in English and they were off. So I was like, this is dumb, but whatever. Yeah, overall, Homegirl did a really good job. It was intense. That's like what I kept saying, or it kept going through my mind. Like, this is a nail biter. But yeah, where it ends is pretty cool. But it's not a masterpiece like I was hoping for. But it's really fucking good, and I recommend checking it out. Especially, it's on Netflix. You can just press play. If you're into the first 15 minutes, stick it out.
And I will say, there's certain reviews that kind of give away a twist to the action. So be careful with this one if you're picky. Kruger, what did you think of this one?
First off, I gotta say cinematography on this, especially since it primarily takes place in one location. Man, there was some really impressive visuals. The acting was great. The lead, Melanie Laurent, absolutely killed it with her performance, and the emotions she presented on screen, really, really awesome stuff. There's some great hallucination flashback sequences that were really well done. The CGI sequences we get in this movie, I thought were pretty well done too. I won't get into specifics until we get to the spoiler line, but there's some really cool stuff in this movie as far as effects wise. The story keeps you guessing on what's going on. Why is this girl trapped in this pod? And once you find out, you're met with so many twists and turns, and you're left guessing what the ultimate fate of this main character Liz is. And it really kept me interested and wanting to see where the story was going to lead. And it was honestly really paced well, the whole story. I never felt any areas where it dragged or anything like that. The only thing I wasn't crazy about was the ending. And I'll leave it at that. Everything else was pretty damn awesome though, and really well done. I'd recommend this highly to people who really like sci-fi films, because this is definitely more sci-fi thriller than it is a horror movie or anything like that. And Alexandre Aja proves once again he's one of the best genre directors of our time. And this is just another one that added on to his belt that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Buried with Ryan Reynolds, believe it or not, there's another movie called Oxygen about somebody being buried alive. That's a tough premise when 99% of it takes place in just that, basically laying down at a computer screen, a high-tech computer screen. And I thought they did a really good job. Melanie Laurent, I thought, was fantastic. I definitely would recommend watching this one with subtitles, because the nature of the tone and the story. The dubbing's not awful, but it is one of those things where it does distract a little bit from the story, in my opinion. And this is kind of a mystery that you probably won't be able to predict everything. She hits all the right emotional notes, and I was very happy that I managed to go into this without knowing anything, because I have seen ridiculous posts that give everything away, and reviews from other people that have given everything away.
They're called assholes.
Well, they don't think it's a spoiler, but I'm like, that's
right, Hilary Swank.
Dan's done that though, all the time. Spoiler Dan. He's been good lately. I'll give him that.
Hilary Swank is not in this. Spoiler alert.
Well, if she was, it would be.
So yeah. Now, for some of you maybe expecting a bloodbath, obviously it's not that. Being Aja, it's not one of his bloodbaths. This is a thriller, sci-fi thriller, like Kruger said, and I happen to think it's a really, really good one. I guess if you're claustrophobic, it'll certainly it might work as a horror film too.
I'll tell you this: I may have been a little bit off the THC, and I had to stop at about 30 minutes in. It was just too for me. I watched something else, and then I was fine and watched. I just started it over because I was already loving it. But yeah, so there was that.
That's funny.
There's another sci-fi creature feature. I think that came out of Oklahoma that was shot for nothing called Crawl or Die. Like just a girl, in the future, like crawling through this like cargo tube thing from a monster. And
You know what would have made this better if halfway through she became like a female action star and kicked everyone's ass? Oh wait, that's Shadow in the Cloud.
Shadow in the Cloud. you wanted like a gremlin on the pod, basically.
You know who could make that work though? Aja. So we joke.
I
know
like
what?
that movie. I don't care. So
I was entertained by Shadow in the Cloud, but goddamn, it goes from being what looks like it's gonna be a really good horror movie to just a goofy fucking.
Fuck that movie.
there we go. That was my whole intent. But no, I think this is my favorite of tonight. I really like this one. As I said, it made me stop it. That's how good it was.
It's effective.
I'm surprised too, because you're not really usually a sci-fi guy.
It depends. Like this. Well, actually, no. What was the last one I went and saw, and Dan was really surprised I liked? It depends on the sci-fi.
Ad Astra, I think
I did like that one. But yeah, it really depends. Like if it's that nerdy Dan shit, I tend to not like it.
Star Wars is not nerdy.
Star Wars is awesome.
But first of all, see, that's like not really sci-fi at this point. I mean, people don't consider it a genre pick. It's not. I'm sorry.
It's science fiction, Todd. How is that not?
I get
fiction?
that, but it's a space western too, so it takes place in space. Here's the thing: just because it takes place in space doesn't make it sci-fi.
Aliens.
That's a horror film.
That's
no. I mean, there's.
I know. I get what you're trying to say, but
it's sci-fi. I'm gonna fight you on that one. But anyways, this is a lot of things, and this is a really good movie. So 0 to 5 stars. So for me on this one, I'm actually a 4. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. What say you, Kruger?
I'm a 3.5 out of 5. I could have gave it a 4 if it would have stuck the landing with the ending for me. But other than that, though, really good. And I definitely say check it out your next time you want to see something on Netflix. What about you, Pugs?
I'm also a 3.5. I think it's really, really good. But there's just something there that doesn't have that Aja quality. Maybe because it's not as gory as I would like, but there's really no room for it. So yeah, 3.5 with a high recommendation. Make sure you check it out.
I'm a 4.5. I really like this.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Nice. All right, so that's Oxygen. That's on Netflix right now. Check it out. And as always, guys in the chat, if you see this or have seen it, feel free to weigh in. We're always curious to get different opinions. So moving on to our next one. Man, we have like very different films tonight. We had a good mix of everything. So the next one is from director Andrew Thomas Hunt, and it is called Spare Parts. So while traveling on their first American tour, Miss 45, an all-girl punk band, is drugged.
And it's even the logo too, Pugs.
That's awesome.
Oh, I forgot you haven't seen it yet, Bugs. Yeah, Miss 45, an all-girl punk band, is drugged and kidnapped. They awaken to find their limbs removed and replaced with crude weaponry and are forced to fight as gladiators for a sadistic town. So I'll go out on a limb. Kruger, I'm assuming you like this one. What did you think of Spare Parts?
Wait, before you say anything, Kruger, I do not think Kruger liked this.
Okay.
This sounds like I would like it.
I know you would. Kruger was right.
Well, you'll find out in a second. So, on paper, this movie sounded really fucking badass. Like really sounded like something like out of like a horror comic or something just like really, really cool. And I think I set my expectations a little bit too high. The dialogue, first off, is just dog shit in this movie. Like, the characters are just saying some stupid ass shit sometimes, and it really makes the characters pretty annoying. The acting, too, I thought was kind of weak at times. And the story itself, like, the first 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm really interested to see where this is going to go. And then after that first 5 minutes, it fizzles out and it kind of gets interesting a little bit at another point, and then it just fizzles out again, and then it just starts to get stupid. And I like dumber and dumber, and I was just like, all right, I fucking can't wait for this thing to end. The fight, the fight sequences in this fucking movie weren't good at all, and they kind of needed to be in order for this movie to work. And there also needed to be more gore for this concept. Like there was not enough blood and gore, and there's also some terrible fucking CGI blood splatter in this movie, and terrible CGI. Like there's a scene with the like somebody gets tranquilizer dart shot in their neck, and it's like CGI, and it fucking looks goddamn terrible at like complete dog shit. So overall, like I said, on paper this could have been awesome, but it was just executed poorly. And I think like maybe in order to have it executed properly, it needed maybe a bigger, higher production value. But I don't know. The concept seemed really cool, but in the end, I was just left with complete disappointment, especially in the gore and the effects department.
So when there was gore, you didn't even there was some gore. And I thought there was some good parts. I get for the idea there should have been more, but no, not even that.
Like
the chainsaw stuff.
No, didn't like it. Didn't look good to me, to be honest with you. I think
there's a reason. No, I was just gonna say there was a reason I said, Dan, make sure you watch it.
Yeah. There's not all it's not all CG though. I do want to say that. No. It's a mixture.
No.
But it is there for sure.
But they have that CGI blood splatter on way too much shit, and it just doesn't.
You know, I don't know if I was just into it because it's a drive-in picture. It's a throwback. So, and I had a shitload of fun with it. I didn't notice. I noticed a few times, but I don't know if you were just like focused on fuck this movie. But I didn't notice the bad CGI that often. Again, I did just come off the watching a trilogy of fucking Asylum films, so maybe that was just made it a little better. But yeah, I will say this: while I did enjoy it, I think like the description Dan read set the bar higher because that movie sounds. If it it's one of those things. It doesn't not deliver on what it says, but it seems like it's going to be more. I guess.
One thing that I thought was because when I first saw it, I thought this was like a post-apocalyptic sort of scenario, which I actually think would have helped it. I mean, why not? I think they could have done that without racking the budget too much. So. I would definitely compare this to like a old school Roger Corman B movie. It's a good double with like Death Race, or again, not Death Race 2000. I'm not saying it's on par with that by any means, but
I think you don't. You mean Death Race 2000, not Death Race? Did you get them flipped?
Death Race 2000, the original 70s one, and or Death Sport or something like that. And yeah, so I actually had fun with it. It's stupid, but it's a B movie. I mean, it's very much a B movie. And there's certainly stuff that you can poke holes in. I mean, the fact that you're getting your limbs removed and then like it's seemingly like the next day or in the gladiator arena, some of them almost resign themselves to it a little too easy. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking like gladiator now.
When in Rome.
Yeah, it all works with the goofy B movie tone, though. And I will say one thing that elevates it for me, as it does with any movie, is Julian Richings as the Emperor, who, well, from a lot of things, Deaf and Supernatural, but recently the dad in Anything for Jackson, which we all loved. And yeah, I mean, as far as the fight scenes go, I actually thought this movie was going to be a little more over the top. I really thought we were going to have like parkour shit. It's a little more restrained, which again kind of puts it more in that 70s realm where it's, it's just hand to hand. Most of it's, we get some cool. I thought we get some cool gore bits. There are moments where, yeah, you can recognize the CG blood spray. I think they did an okay job of masking it with some of the lighting, but you can still tell if you watch a lot of movies, certainly. But yeah, I had a good time with this. It's not gonna blow your mind, but if you're inclined to like some of these movies, like I said, Death Race 2000 being, one of the better ones, it'll put a smile to your face. There were a few points where maybe the story could have been a little more interesting. Maybe there could have even been a little more sleaze, but I had fun.
Yeah. Well, Kruger, on that note,
I made a bad guess with Kruger on this one.
Yeah, way up. I knew it. I pretty much knew.
I'm actually surprised you like this one, Dan, considering like the whole scene of all the girls beating the shit out of the guys. I'm surprised you had like no issue with that.
And the lack of nudity.
Yeah, we brief. We did get it, but I was gonna say for the
you
tone.
Get one nipple, Dan's happy.
It's something, damn it. Gotta hold on to what you can.
We know what he's holding on to when he sees the nipple. On that note, Kruger, what do you give it? I'm gonna give it. Guess you're giving it a 1.
1.5 out of 5.
Oh, I went low. Okay, Dan.
I'm not ridiculously high on this one. I'm a 3. I had fun with it. Not gonna blow your mind, but I had a good time.
Yeah, I'm with Dan on this one. I'm a 3 also. It was a good time. If you go, it's hard because you read that description and you think it's going to be so much bigger than it actually is.
I was thinking like Tokyo Gore Police style gore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was like, that'd be fucking rad.
I was thinking Tokyo Gore Police, or like, maybe it was going to have like maybe like a Turbo Man type of deal where, just I was expecting buckets of gore, and we kind of just get, a couple water bottles filled.
It's a little more restrained. Yeah, it's definitely not Machine Girl or Tokyo Gore Police.
Yeah.
And I just want to quote the line of the film: "What scares you more, a machete or my pussy?" There we go. That was a good line.
Your pussy scares me more, Dan.
Is it like the one in Terra Firma, Dan?
That's what I thought. Terra Firma, there's another recommendation.
You know what? We have to cover that one this month.
I think we did cover that with the Blu-ray.
But
we can always talk about it again. All right, guys, moving on to our last film for the evening, which is The Djinn from writer-director David Charbonnet and Justin Powell. And this film follows a mute boy who is trapped in his small apartment with a sinister monster when he makes a wish to fulfill his heart's greatest desire. All right, so Pugs, what did you think of The Djinn?
Actually, I want to hear what Kruger has to say because he was the one that was really hyped on this first.
Go for it.
All right, well, the cinematography was impressive. Like, it's really shot well, and there's some really nice uses of color that I thought were really well done. And the soundtrack and sound design of this film, I thought was really well done too. And like some of the soundtrack was like very 80s, and I thought like it definitely highlighted the time period it was supposed to be set in. My first gripe though, the entity in this movie, the Djinn himself, he looks really cool, but you don't see enough of him, and instead he kind of shapeshifts into various people. And one of them has like this really unpolished CGI enhancement that just didn't look good for, in my opinion. And I felt like the film would have actually been way cooler if this really creepy ass Jim was chasing Dylan around the house rather than him just shape shifting into forms that weren't really that scary or even close to as scary as the actual Jin himself was. And because of this, the story at first I thought was like really good. I was really invested in Dylan's character, and I felt for him with all the trauma he goes through. But once the conflict hits, we keep going back to this flashback scene over and over and over again to the point where I felt it just felt like filler, and everything in between. I've seen done before and done better in other films like this. The one thing I'll say though, the ending did feel like really strong, and I liked how grim and dark it was. But the journey to get up to that, it definitely could have been better in a lot of different aspects. And overall, I was really expecting maybe a little too much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. And there was definitely areas for improvement for sure.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, for me, I think the main kid was Ezra Dewey.
Hmm.
I thought he was fantastic, but he couldn't hold the movie like for me at all. I was so disinterested by like halfway through. I was like, "Fuck, this is a chore." The ending was cool, but I'm like, it's too late for me to fucking bring back in. So yeah, this one's a miss for me, but I was really impressed with the kid. He was fucking fantastic. And I'll just leave it at that because like the rest of the movie is really like a non-factor to me. I kind of wasted my time.
I am 100% with Pugs on this one. I don't know if I set my expectations too high too, but yeah, I just was really unimpressed. I was hoping for much more. I guess at this point, don't make a movie with this title. R.I.P. Toby. Yeah.
Oh, don't remind me.
I know, Dan. Just go on.
I was gonna say, going into this, if nothing else, it's not gonna be the worst Jinn.
Maybe on par.
Ooh. No, I would strongly disagree with that. So this one is a mixed bag. Ezra Dewey was fantastic. I mean, you were really rooting for this kid. Very sympathetic. Also, Rob Brownstein, who plays his dad, they establish a really strong connection. You want these people to end up okay. One of the big issues with this is it's a very time.
I'll just say that right now.
Well, yeah.
Well, and remember, do you guys remember what our prediction was? We were like, "That's not his dad." That would have been a way cooler movie.
Oh, that was certain. They could have pulled a twist with that, but yeah, I really was rooting for the kid, and that really held my interest well enough because, again, a lot of other things, the Jinn at times almost feels like a supernatural version of like Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern in Home Alone. Because why are you having trouble killing this little kid in this like tiny apartment, which you get a pretty good look at all of the apartment. It's like a tiny apartment. Why can't you kill this kid? So that was a bit of an issue. It's a risk. It's always a risk when you have a child on screen basically for 90% of the movie. It's just him, against the Jinn. And I thought he held his own. I'd be very curious to see some other work that he might do. Unfortunately, as a whole, the tension is not there like I wish it could have been. Particularly after a while when it's just like, again, why is this all-powerful entity having trouble taking out a mute kid, with nothing to defend himself. Yeah, the entity should have killed the kid. I'm sorry. What kind?
Yeah, but you emphasize mute kid because he's handicapped. He's easier to take out. Dan, how dare you?
We kind of just fucked the movie for everybody.
I know. Dan would have treated it like Barbara Hershey in The Entity.
He's mute. Yeah, no, that's in the description.
No, that's not what you just said something else, but I'm not going to go back.
But yeah, so I it's a good one-time watch. I really didn't hate it. It's just not one I would ever watch again. And it's a shame again because the acting's there. So I do think they could have gone a little bit higher up on my rating. But yeah, as it is, hey, it's no Wishmaster, but it's a lot better than Tobe Hooper's Jinn for me. Which
I'd rather watch that again.
Really, I swear we all gave that a 0.
I don't think I was that low. I think it was like a 1, but I'd still rather watch that again. Kruger, what do you say on this one? I don't know. I feel like you might be the highest one on this one.
I'm a 3 out of 5. Like I said, it wasn't. There was stuff I liked about it, but it really could have been way better. But then again, the ending caught me back again. So, 3 out of 5 for me. What about you, Pugs?
I am actually a 1.5. I was gonna go 2, but as we were talking about it, I was like, nah, it was too much of a chore. Yeah, but the fucking kid, man, I want to see him in more things. He's gonna be good.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I get where Pugs is going, but yeah, I'm a 2.
I'm a 2.5. It's a one-time watch. There's some good, some bad. Unfortunately, it just doesn't do anything spectacular. So I don't know. I saw the Wishmaster. Go and watch Wishmaster. You're
Yeah,
gonna
there
have
we
a
go.
better time.
Plugs, why don't you read that for us?
Better than Wishmaster 4, I would say.
Cable Channel 11. Of the movies on this list, I was probably curious about Jin the most. Now I think I would rather watch the Wishmaster movies.
That's a good call.
Yeah, definitely watch the Wishmaster movies. They're 1,000 times better.
Yes.
Even 4, though.
Even 4, I'd rather watch 4 again.
I don't really remember 4 too much.
I don't might change your mind on.
I don't want to talk shit on 3 and 4. Those are Blue Rider picture ones, and I'm friendly with the producer, so I'm gonna be nice.
Okay.
So but 3 is better than 4. Yeah, that's yeah. Hopefully they never watched a review on those, but whatever.
Spoilers.
Shit. Oh shit! Thank you. I knew I was waiting for something.
Yeah.
Dan,
so,
warning,
guys, if you do not wish for it to be spoiled, now would be the time to bow out. We got probably a couple films with spoilers tonight. So now would be the time. You can always pick back up after you watch them.
All right.
All right, guys. So which one do you guys want to tackle first?
Why don't we work backwards and keep on the Jin? So for the Jin, I really like the fact that the dad got taken out and got killed. Like, I thought that was pretty dark, and it kind of, and then, it kind of leaves the ending, open. I was like, oh, that was probably the best thing about the movie. I really liked the way the Jin looked. But when he turned into the kid's mom, like that that did not look good at all. And it looked very similar to shit like you would see in your typical paranormal movie. So I was just like, this is the best you could come up with. Like, come on, man. Would have been way cooler to be more of like a creature feature. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got for that one. You guys got anything on the Jin?
No, not really.
The only thing I would say is, I guess you almost had to even give the kid a chance, but I thought making the Jin have to use the basically sonar and sound was a little too. I wish they had kind of come up with a different angle on that, but I guess you'd need a bigger house would be the only way you could really make that work. So yes, so Jin, then spare parts. Okay.
The only thing I have about spare parts was when dude pulls out the fetus of that lesbian couple's unborn child.
You got Pug's attention.
You keep selling me on this fucking shitty movie. This has to be awesome.
No, it really isn't. Like, that had me go, oh my god, this is going to be so fucking sick. And
that needs to be a fucking horror movie though, where some race or some like prejudiced bigot asshole just like destroys a lesbian couple's fucking fetus.
Dude, it was fucked up, and like the kid,
Bauer.
And then
Mitch Bauer.
Yeah, Mitch Bauer has to go around aborting children.
Fucking hard.
But yeah, no, that was probably the only reason it got a 1.5 for me, was that scene. Or else I would have definitely given it something lower. But yeah, you guys got anything else on that one?
No, I mean, we already said the Miss 45 band. I mean, the logo was it was the logo. It was dope. I mean, I think I said everything on that one. Like on the show, there wasn't anything really spoilers for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there is potential for a sequel to this, possibly, depending. So yeah, but Julian Richings, get him in more featured roles now because he's amazing.
And then we have Oxygen.
Yeah,
I think you guys want to talk about.
Well, just like the mind fuck of the main character being a clone, like her reaction when she realizes that she's, only 12 years old and shit, and she's a fully grown, like, just the rage she put on the screen. I thought that was fucking fantastic. And the way that, like, when she first wakes up, she has to pull that IV that's literally like a foot deep into her arm. I was like, oh, that's fucking nasty. And then she has to stick that shit all the way back up in there later on in the movie. That was awesome. The rat experience, or the rat experiments. They were really fucking cool. Like that they kept coming up on screen stuff, and also like the space sequences. I loved how like there was a body on her pod that had like its face blown off, and I thought that was a nice little touch. And just
the
like
ship was really cool too.
yeah, and the wide shots of
thing.
yeah. I love the wide shots of the ship just going through space, and then the only thing about the ending is like I was like, this is a little too fucking happy go lucky for me. Like I would have liked to just see the grim ending of the spaceship just crashing and her just being dead.
Unless you take it as something she was seeing in her head. I know some people had pointed that out. It depends. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could go with the happy ending, but I don't know. You could interpret it a different way depending how you look at it. Particularly being that it was damaged so bad, and how many more years that would have to go. You know, there's a question there. Did she really get her happy ending? I don't know.
Well, I mean, she was on the planet, wasn't she?
Well, it depends if she's seeing that like she saw other things, but I mean, yeah, I would go with happy ending. I was okay with the happy ending, I guess. I didn't.
Dan loves a happy ending.
Not usually. Well, I like that kind of happy ending, but not usually.
Yeah, he told us.
I was pretty happy with it. I know Anne Hathaway was originally attached to this, and actually I'm kind of glad she didn't get it.
It was going to be a bigger studio project too,
yeah.
But since the pandemic hit, and Aja could not stop thinking about it, so he asked Amazon, "It's like, hey, Netflix. I can just do this in French. I'm sorry, Netflix. I can just do this in French and be done with it." And they're like, "Yeah, go for it." And then, Aja being Aja, killed it.
He did. Yeah. He did. I think Discount Bin Heather Langenkamp was also attached to it, which I'm definitely glad she did.
Who's Discount Bin Heather Langenkamp?
Her name. Or no, actually, no. I think I screwed that up. I believe it was the other girl with the dragon tattoo, Nomi Rapace. I can never say her damn name.
The girl from Prometheus.
I got my girl with the dragon tattoos mixed up, so my bad.
Rooney Mara is the worst, so fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was so eager to insult her that I messed that up, but
so there's 3 dragon tattoos.
I can't wait till Joaquin Phoenix becomes a widower.
Ooh, well, I didn't hate her that bad. I mean,
I do.
Pug's a savage tonight. Yes, just I don't have anything the horror genre is all I got to say about it.
I don't have anything to say about the stylist that I didn't say already. What about you guys?
So the coffee shop scene where Claire's scalping the chick who works at the shop, she's scalping her, and then she kind of goes into one of her episodes. She's not paying attention, so she's like, she's getting the hairline, and then ends up going literally right over her fucking eyebrow into her eye. And I was just like, oh fuck, that looks like it fucking hurts. Like, and then she wakes up, and I'm like, oh fuck me, dude, that must suck ass. And then like the ending, man. Like as soon as I saw somebody come out in the dress, it clicked in my head, and I was like, oh fuck. And then that made me wonder. I was like, was that Claire's fucking plan the whole time, or was this like just something?
I don't think it was planned the whole time, but yeah, dude, when they kept focusing on the veil, I'm like, they're gonna fucking do this. This is hard.
God damn it, you're making me like this more and want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I knew it wouldn't be like a 5 or anything for you. I mean, it wasn't for me either, but I would have expected you to enjoy it.
Like, I think this is how I should have felt after watching what's that movie everybody fucking loved? Not Here. Promising Young Woman. Like this, all that stupid attention that movie got, give it to this.
Yeah.
This one,
I'd rather watch Promising Young Woman again.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Crazy.
I'm sorry, I would.
Wait till you see it again, and then we
go
can
watch this shit again tonight. That is an insult, sir.
I will watch it again tonight if Dan watches Black Christmas.
Oh, God damn.
Well, then you don't have to watch it, Todd.
Thank you.
So
I ain't watching anything tonight. Let's be honest.
No more spoilers, guys. Anything else we missed?
No.
I would be
Alright, so
surprised if it doesn't make my top 5 for the stylist.
Well, maybe it'll make a comeback. I'll watch it again before the end of the year.
2020, I mean 2021 has not been the year 2020 was. I don't think it's going to be in my top
Well,
5.
I mean, you have to also think they're kind of, you know, a lot of the stuff that was shot in the pandemic is what we're getting now. We're not really a lot of the stuff we were yeah. So maybe 2022 we'll get back to 2020 level, but there has been lots of entertaining stuff this year. I don't think it's been as on par as
I'll take quality over quantity anytime, and so far I'm telling this one right now is, I don't know if it's at the top, but it's going to be up there. I guarantee it.
Oh, sweet.
Psycho Gorman's still my top one.
It's up there too right now. So
Psycho Gorman, and then like Skull is right up there with it too. But yeah, PG. I don't think anything's touching PG this year. It'd have to be something pretty fucking special.
So I mean, is everyone looking forward to The Conjuring tomorrow?
I'm keeping my expectations low, but Conjuring's better than the spin-offs. I'll say
I
that.
rewatched the first 2 movies theatrically this week, so I'm ready.
They hold up for you?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing them on the big screen that made them, but I mean, they were no Annabelle Comes Home. But no, I'm just fucking. I do like that one, but
the second Annabelle movie, what was that called? Creation? No.
Creation.
Yeah, Creation.
Okay, that's the only one I like. The only side story I like, because I think The Nun sucks. I think The Rona sucks. All that shit is lame. Conjuring 1, 2, and Creation.
Pretty
good.
But if you guys, it premieres tonight. As of June 3rd, tonight at midnight Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern. Out of the 4 of us, I'm pretty sure me and Dan are the only theatrical ones. That are either of you two gonna see it theatrical or watch it on Max?
If I have the option to watch it at home, I'm gonna watch it at home.
Well, you can watch Spiral at home now too. For those of you who missed
who the fuck would want to do that?
I'm just letting the people know.
Dude, actually, since we've gone past that, I want my time back. That movie has gotten worse for me as we go on.
I did want to throw out there, if anyone wants to know what this movie's about, the new Conjuring, it doesn't have HBO Max or want to go to the theater, there is a 1983 TV movie that is currently on Netflix. You can go check out The Demon Murder Case. So I'm not going to watch it until after I see the movie, because I don't want to this is the same shit. Like, after watching the first 2 Conjurings, I have an urge to watch the series A Haunting. I don't know if you guys remember that. Which is weird because I don't like believing ghosts, but I like ghost content. Go figure. It's not like the religion shit for me. So
found footage ghost stuff is kind of hit or miss, but yeah, I mean, I like a good ghost story.
I didn't say anything about found footage.
No, I know. I'm saying for me, that's like the one exception. Like I don't know. A lot of those movies feel like the same movie. It depends. Every once in a while, you get something really good, but
I haven't been paying attention.
Francisville Experiment.
Did Juan do this one too? The Devil Made Me Do It?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay. So he's let go.
I'm double checking, but yeah, I don't think so either.
I saw somebody talking about how you could feel that he didn't do it.
That always hurts me, because that dude's fucking knows how to tell stories.
Well, it is still his story.
Yeah, but if it's not through his lens and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say what else he directed, because Pugs is going to go in hating it. It was another film in the Conjuring universe. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh.
No.
Probably one of those stupid fucking Annabelle movies.
I've avoided anything specific. I've heard some people have liked it, so I'm just hoping.
We'll talk about that more tomorrow.
Something decent. Yeah, tomorrow, guys, we do have our reviews, so if you definitely tune in. We'll have as always, a regular review. Then we'll have spoiler talk if you see it as well. All right, guys. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. That's very important. So we appreciate it. Also, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures for exclusive, original, uncensored content. It only starts at $1, so it really helps us out. Also, fleshwoundfeatures.com. You can get the link to our Teespring store. And we got some new merch coming soon. We still got the ILF shirt up, which is glorious.
We have some licensed merchandise. I guess we call it licensed. Director approved merchandise coming this month.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, at fleshwoundfeatures.com, you get all the links for everything on there. We are on Twitch now, so be sure to check us out on Twitch.
Where we won't be watching Dumb and Dumber.
I don't know what that's a reference to, but
don't worry about it. Continue, sir.
And Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio group on Facebook. Join that. We appreciate it. And on Twitter, we are Flesh Wound Radio. So I think I hit everything.
Pretty fucking much. Yeah, so all the social media bullshits, come check us out. That being said, let's get the fuck out of here, guys. Dan?
Good night, guys.
Drake Maverick would have got that joke, Pugs.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland.